All right, let's dive into a really powerful 5-step method for basically hitting the reset button on your life. It's called the Sovereign Declaration, and it's a super simple tool for creating a new starting point anytime you feel like you need one. So let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like your past, your mistakes, your old decisions, all that baggage actually defines who you are right now? It's that feeling of being stuck, right? It can be so overwhelming, and it just makes you wish you could find some kind of reset button. And when you feel that way, it's not always about a lack of motivation. A lot of the time, what you really need is a concrete tool, something tangible you can use to actually create that new beginning. And that is exactly what this tool is. The source material calls it the Sovereign Declaration. And look, this is not just some feel-good, fluffy affirmation. Think of it as a direct command that you issue to your own mind. You're the one establishing a new direction, with authority. Yeah, and let's be super clear about this difference because it's everything. This is not wishful thinking or some line you'd see on a motivational poster. The Sovereign Declaration is an act of you taking command. It's you telling your own mind, hey, this is the new reality. That's the whole game changer right there. Okay, so you're probably thinking, how does this actually work? Well, it's a really simple 5-step process. It's designed to be direct, effective, and something anyone can do. Let's break it down. The whole process is designed to take an idea and turn it into real action. So first, you write it. Then you speak it, you repeat it, you calibrate your daily life with it. And finally, you anchor it physically. See how each step builds on the last? It creates this powerful new framework inside your own head. So, step 1. It all starts with the simple act of writing it down. And the goal here is not some long essay or a paragraph. No, it's one single crystal clear sentence. This is your foundation. This is the reset point for everything else that's going to follow. But hold on, not just any sentence will work. It's got to have 3 key things. First, it needs to be grounded in reality, something you can actually do. Second, you have to find it believable, even if it feels like a bit of a stretch right now. And finally, it has to be strong, decisive, no wiggle room for doubt. So, what does a sentence like that even look like? Here's a perfect example from the source material. My past is information, not identity. Just feel how powerful that is. It doesn't deny your past happened, it just completely reframes its role. It's a tool, not a life sentence. Or how about this one? Today begins my second chapter. This one is brilliant because it shows a totally different angle. It's all about looking forward, declaring a brand new start. The whole key here is to find that one sentence that really clicks for you and what you need to declare for yourself right now. Okay, so you've got your sentence written down. Now for step 2, and this one is absolutely vital. You have to speak it out loud. I'm not talking about in your head, I mean spoken clearly, deliberately into the room. And there's a huge psychological reason for this. Hearing your own voice state a command like that, it cuts through all the other noise and self-doubt in your brain. It's your mind literally registering you, in your voice taking charge and setting a new course. All right, step 3. This is where the real commitment kicks in, because this isn't a one-and-done kind of thing. To really make this stick, the source material recommends a very consistent practice for 30 straight days. So you take that same sentence and you speak it out loud every single morning for 30 days. Why? It's simple. Consistency is what builds identity. A one-time declaration is just a nice thought. A daily practice, that's what starts to change who you are. Now we're at step 4, and this is where we make it real. This is how you take your declaration from just a morning ritual and turn it into a practical guide for your entire day. It all comes down to asking yourself this one question. When you're about to make a decision or you find yourself reacting to something, you just pause for a second and ask, is what I'm about to do aligned with my declaration? If the answer is no, you adjust. It becomes your internal compass. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. Step 5, anchoring. This is all about creating a physical connection to your mental command. It makes this new identity feel even more real and just easier to access in the moment. And we're not talking about anything complicated here. The idea is to pick a small, simple, physical gesture that you do every single time you say your declaration. It could be something as simple as taking a slow, deep breath, placing a hand over your heart, or even just a firm, decisive nod. This creates a powerful mind-body link that reinforces the new identity on a really deep level. So you put all these pieces together. What does it all add up to?
Well, it's about taking command. It's about you actively shaping your present moment instead of just being passively defined by whatever happened in your past.
At the end of the day, the Sovereign Declaration is a drill. It's a practice. It's what marks your shift from being a passenger who's always staring in the rearview mirror to being the commander of your own ship, with your eyes locked on the horizon ahead. And that just leaves us with one final thought. If today really can be the start of your second chapter, what's that first powerful sentence going to be? What will you write?